Wouldn't, because I feel like he can give too much in that centre midfield area. If you're going into the Mexico game, which is going to be at altitude as well, I feel as though you're going to need his energy in midfield. I would probably go with Konsa right back and put Stones alongside Gahina. I think that's a better balance for the team. You might need to tweak it at some part of the game, but no, I would have Rice's energy in the centre midfield.
I wouldn't want to. Listen, Zach Mike's can play in so many different positions. He's a top-class player. But the options he's got...
Are we ruling Spence out then? Is that what we're saying?
I wouldn't rule him out. I think he's had a bad game.
OK, we're going to continue on iPlayer. We'll have plenty more reaction on there as well. But just before we go here on BBC One, time to hear from Thomas Tuchel with Kelly.
Well, Thomas, you can breathe now, but I imagine that was a lot more stressful than you'd have liked this evening.
That we have liked it, yeah, but if everyone gets what he likes, everyone gets an early goal and another goal and an easy afternoon. That's not how it is. You have to deal with the situation as they come, and it got very difficult because I got a very early goal. But I have to say, like after the first water break, there was like 3, 4, 5 big chances. We had, I think, a penalty situation maybe in our favour, and we kept knocking, and to crack that rock and to make it happen. Goalkeeper had unbelievable saves, so it got more and more difficult of course, but the reaction and the belief is one of a kind, and they were ready to keep doing what was necessary to do, and we found a way to win. Well deserved, by the way, well deserved.
A word on Harry Kane. We spend a lot of time talking about him, Thomas, but does he surpass even your expectations of him at this point?
Oh, that's what we expect from him. It's what we expect from him. I think it's what he expects from himself. Difficult matches, close matches. Harry's here to decide them, and it's top level.
And it was Anthony Gordon that set up both of his goals. Your substitutes in general, how pleased are you with the impact that they made?
Like I said, through the whole tournament, the energy and the team spirit is on highest level, and the commitment from everyone, and I think everyone fully understands in which part of the tournament we are at the moment and what it really takes. If you can see the level of support coming onto the pitch, but also from the players who are not selected, who don't even get minutes, they keep pushing and pushing. You see the faces, they're positive in the water breaks. That's what it takes. I think everyone feels very comfortable when he plays. Everyone feels comfortable when he is selected to finish the match, and because of the atmosphere that the team provides for each other.
Do you now need to harness what you saw in those, like take hold of what you saw in those final few minutes, the attacking impetus, the way you ground them down and the way you got those breaks?
This, like you said, of course we want to have it like easier and have the first goal and whatever, but if you have it, if you come back from 1-0 down, if you need maybe the last quarter of the match to be so strong and we win again the second half, these are also the experiences that give you genuine belief. So you don't need a manager to tell you believe it, because you felt it, and now that they felt it, and now they did a circle after the match together, then they have the reward in front of our fans, and these are the moments, and I think they're very well aware of what they did. They know what it took today, and they're just fully committed. I feel a team that's fully committed and full of belief.
Well done today, Thomas.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Understandably, Joe, he's making a big thing of the togetherness and the fighting back from a goal down, as you would do.
Yeah, he's got to remain positive, and I think he means it. This is a guy who doesn't make things up. He doesn't just try and pander to the press or pander to us at home. He tells the truth, and I think when he goes into a deep dive, he'll be understanding it wasn't their best performance, but ultimately in these games, and Harry Kane talked about it, sometimes you've just got to dig deep and rely on each other, and that kind of family feel will be massive with England pushing on in this tournament.
Yeah, I think that's a big positive in terms of the art. You can see the art together, and you don't win that game if you're not together, and as a group, and the subs coming on, not sulking, coming on, having a real impact. So I think that is a real positive from the manager's point of view. Big
improvements to make, but you can take the positives from that 100%.
They got through it.
They got through.
And they are in the last 16. Thank you to the three of you.
Not for those names performing at the top level.
just going back to the Harry Kane thing, as a defender in that situation, because he's not the quickest, you feel as though you've got him. And when he turns, so if you look at where the two defenders were, they were thinking it's sort of job done a little bit because you sending him away from goal. But as you guys have mentioned here, he doesn't need that much time to get the accuracy and the power to get it in there, because all you want to do is, you don't want him in the middle of a goal. You want to push him as far away from the goal as possible. But at any angle, because his shooting technique is so good, it's so difficult to mark. I would say, oh, no problem, shoot from there. And then he puts it in the top corner. And it's so difficult to adjust your position because you sort of don't know what he can do. And when he does it at a speed which you don't expect him to do it at.
Where do the three of you stand on what he said to Kelly there about it being England's best performance? Because at half-time you could be critical about how England had played and the fact that they weren't creating that many chances till after the water break. They were definitely the dominant team in the second half. So do you agree with him, or do you think he slightly overplayed it?
For me, there's big concerns. Obviously, we're all delighted that England have gone through, but there's big concerns there. And in particular, when England lose the ball, they are so open against a better team. And listen, I give DR Congo a lot of credit for how they played, and they caused England some problems. But against a better team, I think we're in big trouble if we don't sort that out. We're so open in midfield. I think that the connection isn't great between the back line and midfield. Yeah. Full-backs are struggling. Nico O'Reilly done well tonight. Full-backs are struggling. Madueke had struggled. There's just no connection. There's big gaps in the middle of the pitch, and that is a big worry for me.
Well, it was...
And I don't want to sound too negative, by the way.
Well,
that was pretty negative.
No, I know, but I've got to be honest with what I've seen, and that's not just this game, it's in previous games. So I think that gives Thomas Tuchel, what I said, there's answers. I think he's got answers of what he's got, and he really needs to look at that, otherwise we'll go out.
Well, it's very fair to draw attention to that, because Thomas Tuchel isn't going to go back there and tonight, when they get back to the hotel thing, yeah, everything's great, is he? I mean, he will have recognised the same problems, and there are problems to solve.
And I think that's interesting that Harry Kane he doesn't say things for the sake of it. It may well be their best performance in terms of the chances that created, and there were plenty of good things, but I think it highlights of how much clunky of England have been so far, because I think it actually was their best performance, but that highlights that they haven't exactly been purring. They had some great moments against Croatia, but against Panama and Ghana they struggled. Tonight they had a lot more moments where they struggled, but they did look devastating when they really started to put the pressure on.
Just quickly, the right back position is a conundrum.
Yeah.
You've had Declan Rice had to fill in at right back.
He looked the most in control.
Jed Spence has only played 298 minutes at right back. He's used to playing on left, and to someone who's played full back or who hasn't played full back, you might think, oh well, he's played on left, he can play on the right, it should be the same, but it's actually not, because your body positions are completely different. You're crossing from one side. I think he really struggled today, Spence, and I don't want to keep going back to who we haven't got, but when you've got the injury to Livramento, it is a problem. When Kwanzaa went out, if you wanted to play him, it is a problem. Reece James, and now you're thinking, could have Trent's quality give us something different in this game? Those are the question marks that he'll probably be asking himself now, because if you want to go with Rice at right back, then you've talked about the midfield. You lose Rice's pace and power in that midfield area. So I think there's certainly things that England need to look at if they want to go further in this.
We've seen before, and we've seen it before where players have come out of retirement. I think the minute Livramento got injured, I think he should have been right on the phone to Kyle Walker, because Kyle's still more than good enough and more than capable of playing in this England team. So I would have been on the phone to him saying, listen, we need you here. Can you come out and help us? Because that could really cost us, and I'm worried on them.
OK, well, we'll come back to that discussion in just a moment. Let's get more reaction from England. Elliot Anderson with Kelly.
Wow, Elliot, quite the game. How do you reflect on that?
Yeah, it was It was a good game. It was tough. We knew what they were going to come and do, and it was exactly that. Really hard to break down, and we just stuck by each other and went till the very end, and thankfully we got through.
We've spoken a lot about the importance of Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane, but today I think we saw just how important your captain is to the team.
Yeah, definitely. Big game players. We look at these players and look to them to get us through the next round as well. But we build the foundations and try to get them the ball, and they'll do their stuff. So I thought that both of them were amazing today.
You've spoken a lot about how difficult it is to break teams down, but how tough was it out there today, and how much better were England when the changes were made towards the end of the game?
Yeah, definitely. I think we grew into the game, although I think first 20 minutes we were poor, and then from there I thought we were actually